Hello dear students of Standard 8. Welcome to DAV Mobile Public School. I am your social science teacher Nitin Pushpatode. Students, today I will take the revision of natural resources, land, soil and water part 2. So let's start our today's online session. Next point is water resources. Students, water is one of the most precious resource. Students, in our daily life, it's a very essential resource. Without it, we can't survive. Students, Earth is also called the water planet. Yes, Earth is a water planet. Students, why we called Earth is a water planet? Listen, students, because nearly the 70% of the Earth's surface is covered with the water. About that, 97% of the Earth's total water is present in the oceans and seas. Yes, students, how many? 97% of the Earth's total water is present in oceans and seas. This is a saline water which supports incredible biodiversity of the marine life, but it's not suitable for human consumption or for the watering crops. Okay, that means we can't drink seawater. Students, the remaining 3% water is a fresh water which is found in the lakes, rivers, and the other sources. That means students 0.32% is available in lakes, rivers, and atmospheric and the soil moisture. Then that means out of 3%, 0.32% is available in lakes and rivers, 2.0% in the form of ice caps and glaciers, and 0.68% is available as a groundwater. So students, this is the information about the water which is present on earth. It's a very precious resource for us. Without it, we can't survive. Students, hydrological cycle or water cycle. Listen, the sun is the main source of energy which causes water to evaporate. Hence, water of the oceans is converted into water vapors due to the heat of the sun by the process of evaporation. Students, the evaporated vapors rise up in the atmosphere and condense into tiny crystals of ice or droplet of water to form clouds. When the condensed ice crystals or water droplets grow in size and they are unable to float, then they fall down over the earth's surface as a precipitation. It is because of this never-ending circulation. That's why this process is described as water cycle. In such a that students, the water cycle is happen through the evaporation, condensation, transpiration, and precipitation. Okay, students, areas of high rainfall and areas of low rainfall. Listen, fresh water is found in abundance at places which receive heavy rainfall, whereas availability of water is less in the areas where rainfall is low. That means, students, availability of water is high, then refers as heavy rainfall region, and availability of water is less, is referred as low rainfall region. Students, the average annual precipitation of the world is estimated to be 1050 millimeters per year. Students, some areas of high rainfall. Listen, equatorial region. Equatorial regions in the South America, Africa, and Southeast Asia. This area called the high rainfall area. Students, in the given map of the world, just you are observing these are the equatorial regions. Okay, students, these equatorial regions considered as a areas of high rainfall from the South America, Africa, and South Asia continent. Okay, that means Asian continent. Students, next one, areas of low rainfall. Tropical deserts like Sahara Desert from the South Africa, then Arabian, Central and Western Australia, Kalahari, Central and Northern Eurasia, Kalahari Desert, Central and Northern Eurasia, then Central Asia, polar areas, etc. These areas referred as areas of low rainfall. Students, second picture depicts the message about the area of low rainfall. This is the area of desert, that means the tropical deserts. Okay, so students, these are the areas of high rainfall and low rainfall. Students, pollution of water. The quality of water in some rivers is adversely affected as the untreated industrial waste and urban waste is dumped into them. That means, students, untreated industrial waste and urban waste which dumped into them, it causes to the pollution of water. This makes the river this makes the river water unsuitable for consumption. The polluted water, if consumed, then it caused many diseases like cholera, jaundice, typhoid, etc. So students, it also disturb the ecosystem also. Hence, it is a serious problem for us. Serious efforts are being made to clean water in the rivers. Yes, students, as a human being, we have a responsibility to minimize the pollution. Okay, we have a responsibility to maintain the cleanliness towards the water bodies. Okay, students, some multi-purpose river valley projects in our country. Listen, it multi-purpose river valley projects have been developed all over the world to utilize the water. These projects serve the many objectives at the same time. Under a multi-purpose river valley project, a dam or series of dams are constructed across the rivers for what purpose? For storing water to utilization of water resource properly. Okay, students, so this stored water is used for the several purposes like irrigation, generating hydroelectricity, afforestation, flood control, navigation, etc. Students, in our area, Rajiv Sagar, that means the Sitekasa Dam is there. It's helpful for the agriculture. Nowadays, we are observing water we are receiving through the canals of this Sitekasa Dam for the agriculture purpose. Okay, students, so Damodar River Valley project and the Hirakund Dam in India. These are the famous projects. Okay, students, what about the Hirakund Dam? Listen, students, Hirakund Dam is built across the Mahanadi River in the state of Odisha. It is very, very essential for the Odisha state. Students, the dams are very useful for the various purposes, but large large dams have come under a lot of criticism from environmentalists. Students, some dams cause some ecological problems. Listen, they are causing some ecological problems like extensive forest submerged underwater, then aquatic life get affected, result in the soil erosion, river water get diverted, population get displaced during extensive rain, floods, area cost. That means students, these are the negative points of dam projects. Okay. Water conservation methods. Okay, students, what about the water conservation methods? That means how can we conserve water resource? Okay, students, water is an valuable resource for us. The source of water are limited. That means students, the sources of water are limited and are reducing every year. Due to the effects of global warming, the frequency of rain has also become unpredictable. Therefore, it is very essential for us to conserve it. So students, I am telling you some ways by which water can be consumed. Okay students, first, water harvesting is one of the method of saving surface water runoff. Okay, then the surface water runoff can be minimized by having vegetation cover to improve the underground storage. The demand of water for industries can be made by the recycled water. Okay students, the first picture is the recycling of the plant. Okay, water recycling plant. Okay students, so this is the unique method to conserve water. Then students, the domestic demand can also reduce by using the modern methods of recycling. The already used water can be reused for watering plants, flushing toilets, okay, after the recycling water. Students, water can be saved by adopting the modern methods of irrigation such as drip or sprinkler irrigation. Second picture, students, is the sprinkler methods. Through this, we can conserve water. Students, the rainwater can be impounded by making dam across the rivers. That means by the constructing dam, we can store the rainwater. Water can be conserved by installing water fixtures such as sensor taps in public places. Maintenance of lakes and ponds also helps in increasing underground water. Water can be conserved by educating and sensitizing the people. That means to create the awareness among the people with respect to the water importance. So students, these are the aspects, these are the measures we can use for conserving water. Okay students, these are the methods of water conservation. Okay students, on the basis of today's revised version, this is your assignment. Students, in such a way that the revision of this lesson is completed. In the next online session, I will take the revision of new lesson. So students, till then, thank you very much and have a nice day.